Welcome guys, and it is NSHD Gaming here, and today I'm bringing you guys another video, and what you're going to be watching in the background is some Star Wars Battlefront again. I know the game is old and we are waiting on the new Star Wars Battlefront. Rest be assured that when the beta does come out for that game, I will be streaming it and playing absolutely tons of it. So this video has two topics, and the gameplay is very good in the background. I do only have one death, and there's a reason that I've actually selected this gameplay in particular, because you're going to see the style in which I play it as. Now, admittedly, not so much as you're seeing me now run away absolutely petrified for my life, and this isn't where I die. It's actually a very, very funny death. But this is the sort of gameplay that I'm actually expecting based on the footage I've seen for Star Wars Battlefront 2. So I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on how, when the game is released, you can be effective. Now, I know the beta's not going to... It has not been released, I should say. However, that does not change the fact that there's going to be a few things that, just off the visuals alone and the kill time and little stuff like that, that you can do to get yourself accustomed to the game so you don't die much. You just get used to it, and then from there, that's when you can start to explore and play really aggressive once you've figured out how to do it. But the key is really going to be what you're going to see throughout this video of what I'm doing, and it's going to be taking cover a lot. And yes, it's another way of saying camping. But not camping in such a way as you don't run out into the open, you don't try and play the objective. I mean, admittedly, I don't try and play the objective in this gameplay, so I'm not really proving my point too well. But forget about that. It's going to be about taking cover and seeing around angles like this. Now, obviously, we're going to need the camera angles to change. They did say that it was going to, vary, because you can switch from left to right-hand side view, third person to first as prior, but it really is going to be about taking cover. So you're seeing this a lot. I'm taking cover behind a tree, I'm looking around the corner using my third person perspective. They don't know I'm there, I jump out and I kill them. That is going to be a key in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now you can do this while progressing up, be behind one of the stairwells that we've actually seen, because obviously we've only seen the one map really, and in the Clone Wars era, which is fantastic. Let's just talk about that for a second. We're finally getting Clone Wars. We're getting all eras. We've got Darth Maul, which we're going to come on to in a second, which you would have known from the video title. We've got, my mind's gone blank, Boba Fett, Daisy Ridley's character, Rey. We're getting Finn as well as, after the game's been released as a free update. And that's another good thing. They didn't really say there's going to be an expensive season pass which splits the player base up, which is good news, because let's be realistic, it is really frustrating that the player base was split up. You had to go into your own sections of it, and you had to play just Scarif or just Bespin and stuff like that. Now the DLC was really good, but it was expensive to play. Don't ask me why in this video now I'm running all the way back, but for whatever reason it seems to have worked. I've killed him. But if you notice, I'm trying to stay within areas where there's a lot of cover. I'm not running out willy-nilly, and that's going to be the key in Battlefront 2, because when you watch the gameplay, it takes probably a few more bullets. It feels a lot different. Well, it doesn't feel, well, it does, but it looks a lot different in the style and the format that it's played. So the element of surprise is going to be key in Star Wars Battlefront 2, and if you can do that, you're going to be great. And it's really going to be the same with heroes as well, because in this game you could just get Luke Skywalker, run out, whoopah, force push, and they'd all die, and you'd still have tons of health. That's not the case this time. That health bar goes down really quick when you're taking shots from multiple enemies. So similar to what I'm doing now with the Rodian gameplay, you're going to want to take cover, you're going to want to pick your spots, you're not going to go diving out as the hero killing them, because if you do that, you're just going to die very quickly. And there's loads of footage that shows that, especially with Rey. You run out and you just see it in that room, and boom, and they're all dead, So the key really will be managing your health and going, because it does regenerate as well. Let's not forget about that. Health regenerates for heroes this time, but the health is much less. So playing cover-ishy, really defending points, or when attacking points, using cover like this and only coming out, to strike the one or two down and gradually build your way up, which is what I'm doing in this video. So this sort of thing will be really effective in Star Wars Battlefront 2. I've seen gameplay footage of people that have tested it and stuff like that, and they've all pretty much agreed that that is the way that it's going to play if you want to be really successful, which is okay, because anyone who knows me knows that I wasn't in particular rush-arounder but I certainly did this sort of style, and it's even effective in the original Star Wars Battlefront, and it's going to be effective in Star Wars Battlefront 2. So the key will be managing health, cover, and I feel like I'm repeating myself, and I am. So let's get into the second topic of today's video, and that is the Star Wars Darth Maul comic series. Now this was a 5-part series, and I've waited till the series is over to give my personal thoughts on it. Now I know a lot of you don't read comics, but however, this is Star Wars Darth Maul. It's an insight into it. So I'm going to quickly show you through the issues front covers if you haven't seen them already. So here you have Star Wars. Well, I'm not going to be able to get the light shining away, I don't think. But yeah, you've got Star Wars issue number 1 there. Then you have issue number 2 front cover. And they're beautiful front covers. 3. Now this gives some spoilers away that Cad Bane does enter the fold. Exactly, Cad Bane. What an awesome character if you've seen the Clone Wars. So he enters the frame. Very nice front cover as well for this comic. Now issue number 4, my personal favourite front cover. Absolutely stunning. Wow. And then issue number 5 and the finale of the Star Wars comic series for Darth Maul. Now, if you were wondering what the story is about, well, let's get into it. Basically, Darth Maul feels that he is going to not betray the Emperor, but go behind Emperor Palpatine's back. And I'm just rearranging these into correct order because my OCD is going absolutely nuts right now. Anyway, there we go. Right. Boom. Put it down. Sorry. Into the video. Right. So, basically the idea is he's going to go behind the Emperor's back because he wants to fight Jedi. He wants to test himself. Now, at this period in time, he's still in training and they're still trying to hide the Sith rising again, effectively. Anyway, so he goes off and finds a Padawan, or I don't want to give too much away here, I just want to give my overall thoughts without spoilers in case any of you do want to go ahead and read it. He goes off and finds a Padawan. I won't name who it is or what happens. Ultimately, you know, things come to blow. Other people enter the fold, like Cad Bane. He actually gets the Padawan. This is a minor small spoiler, but it doesn't ruin anything at all. He gets it through a black market who's selling the Padawan who's been stolen. There you go. Anyway, but the story unfolds and you start to get a little insight into Darth Maul. Now, what did I personally think about the comic book series? Issue number 1 is a clear setup. If you're expecting anything exciting to happen in issue 1, don't get it. I mean, you kind of have to because it sets up the story and you start to get a feel for him. But really, nothing goes on in issue 1. Issue 2, you know, it's another one of those where there's a little bit of action in here and there. It's another setup again, really. It really feels like they're setting up the dialogue as well, because obviously a lot of it is you see Darth Maul's internal thoughts, so it's him speaking to himself in his mind, and it's obviously written out on the page. And you start to get a little bit of understanding for Darth Maul, but the problem I have with it is at points he starts to question his own thinking process and how dark he is and what he's thinking, and then other times he's like pure evil. He's very, you know, switching personalities a little bit. But it is still interesting to see inside the mind of Darth Maul. Anyway, as it progresses on, action starts to pick up, and definitely you get some cool sequences. Of course, there might be a lightsaber battle. There might not. Right, basically admitting there is. That was the creepiest wink of all time as well. It looked like I had some weird tick going on there. But, see, I've got a weird tick. No, I'm joking. Nothing funny about that. If you do have a tick, by the way, I'm not taking the piss. Anyway, the series itself is... It's certainly... It's slow-paced in parts, and I found myself thinking, this is Darth Maul. I want to be more invested in it. I want to really, every time I watch it, think, this is the dog's testicles. As you can see in the background, I still haven't died. The death is coming up. I die with like 5-6 seconds to go. Laugh your ass off at my death, by the way. It's so dumb. But you see what I'm on about cover. But anyway, the series is good. Is it great? No. Could you get away? This is how I want to judge Star Wars comics. Is it beneficial to you to have read it to get more of an understanding, and does it give more to the films? Does it give you more understanding? Is it worth reading, or can you get away with not reading it and you won't have missed out on anything? And the way I judge this is, if you haven't read this, you're probably not missing out on too much about him. It's gutting, but it's the truth. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. The Death is coming up. There's a new comic book series coming out, which is... what is it? It is... oh, Mace Windu. That's going to be awesome. Here comes my death! Yeah, I run across flames and die to fire. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please smash that like button, comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys!